can face each other as sworn enemies.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at our list of 10 predictions for Mortal Kombat 1.
That even in this new era, one constant remains.
The next Mortal Kombat game is surprisingly not that far away, and yet it remains shrouded in mystery. What do you hope to see from Mortal Kombat 1? Let us know down in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. The tournament is off. In case you haven't seen the MK1 teaser, or finished Mortal Kombat 11 for that matter, Liu Kang has become the god of fire and time. With this new title, he has chosen to reset the timeline with new rules, new events to set the course of history, new choices that anyone can make on their own terms with their own reasons. In other words, no one will bust down your door and impose the title of combatant or defender of Earthrealm upon you.
Sure, Liu Kang mentions he is looking for champions, but perhaps it's for a straight-up war and not necessarily some sick game of life and death.
Forgotten for the betterment.
Then you have chosen war with a god.
Another point Liu Kang makes in the teaser for MK1 is that while he has built this new timeline with peace and tranquility in mind, that does not necessarily mean evil has been totally eradicated. One glimpse we got appeared to be Shang Tsung emerging from a portal. But in a world where a snake like Shang Tsung exists, could there possibly be other villainous foes that Liu Kang made sure could never come back? We can't imagine Shao Kahn or even Shinnok would be included in the new timeline, given the catastrophic consequences those two wrought, resulting in many characters' deaths and almost total domination across every realm. Shang is a crafty adversary, but with the Outworld Emperor and the Fallen Elder God nowhere in sight, Liu Kang may have played favorites just a smidge for the betterment of everybody. A feud finally faltered.
You can face each other.
We have long experienced the tumultuous feud between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, their hardships in their own lives, and their struggles to resolve their differences. This time around, it seems like the story will be drastically different. Even though both show up in the MK1 teaser, neither raise a fist or weapon at each other and instead look together towards a solar eclipse. Could it be that both are on good terms in this timeline? Are the Shirai Ryu and Lin Kuei working together in harmony now? And could this alliance mean that the Cyber Initiative never happened or was remotely considered?
Or are they just taking the backseat as Liu Kang's right-hand man as he looks for champions?
The meaning of sisterhood.
Or bitter rivalry.
Whereas we greatly believe Scorpion and Sub-Zero will be allies in MK1, we aren't so sure about Kitana and Molina. While the two are sitting together in a parade taking place in what appears to be Outworld, it's not clear that things are rosy.
The footage we saw at Summer Games Fest shows Molina strapped to a table, and Kitana's dialogue insinuates that they might be trying to remove the Tarkatan tendencies from Molina's DNA. Of course, we wouldn't expect Molina to willingly do something like this, so that bloodthirsty part of her might take over and spiral things out of control.
Any room for a YouTube mode?
French. Shang Tsung wins. Flawless victory.
A major problem in the Mortal Kombat community is how limited content creators such as ourselves have to be in covering the games. Despite saying they were going to loosen up on it, YouTube has grown far more strict with video game violence, especially when it comes to Mortal Kombat. It's why we can't show the franchise's iconic finishing moves, let alone say what they are actually called. The community has had to jump through several hoops to properly cover the games, whether it's to showcase the fatalities by using and bullying one specific character who is not at all human, or completely filtering out the visuals and changing the colors in the game. And the restrictions seem to get tighter and tighter every year as more folks get demonetized. We're hoping NetherRealm Studios has noticed this problem and is incorporating settings to mitigate fans from getting demonetized left and right. Change the color of blood for all characters, maybe. Lame, yes, but what else is there? Force everybody to play Devora or Reptile or any of the other non-human characters? That's not fun. Towers. Get rid of them. One of the biggest problems with MK11 were the Towers of Time. We'll take fun modifiers every now and again to make fights interesting, but the way these specialized ladders were ham-fisted into the core gameplay loop was ridiculous. Using consumables was almost a requirement for some of these towers, and it made the game feel less like we bought Mortal Kombat and more like we had bought an overpriced mobile game. This was far from a Mortal Kombat game, this was Candy Crush, and nothing about the cycle was fun. And with payouts being pathetically small, why even bother having the AI do all the work for you? Just to waste power and rack up your electric bill? We're hoping MK1 is not doing anything of the sort. A Real Krypt, please! Another dreadful aspect of MK11 was the Crypt. The concept was fun: control a mysterious stranger who is visiting Shang Tsung's mysterious island in search of treasures, and use weapons of famed warriors to solve puzzles and access new areas that hide cool rewards. Again, sounds great on paper. Alas, what destroyed the fun were some of the more randomized rewards, as well as the grindy as hell economy. Why did we need 3 separate currencies to purchase rewards, 3 separate currencies that are simultaneously used to craft those dumb consumables? And don't even get us started on the grinding for character heads. Get us a Real Krypt, NRS. Support for a long time.
Round 1, fight.
Here's an easy prediction we'll make to end on. Mortal Kombat 1 will see roughly a year and a half of post-launch support. How do we know that? How can we make such a bold claim like that when we don't even know what the game is exactly? Well, we're basing our whole prediction off of a notorious pattern with NRS going all the way back to MKX or even the first Injustice game. Support will go on for about 18 months, and then NRS is done. But we really have to point this out because studio founder Ed Boon and Mortal Kombat co-creator Ed Boon has claimed that NRS will support the game longer than MK11. And what were the things that were said by Boon along with NRS staff and even Warner Brothers staff when post-launch support for MK11 was brought up? Quote, years of content plan. Quote, we plan to continue adding to, updating, and overall improving on MK11 for a long time. End quote. All before leaving players in complete silence for 8 months before finally saying, oh, we're done with MK11 by the way. The final combat pack was released in November 2020, and NRS ceased support 8 months later. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, which comes with all of the DLC and the Aftermath expansion, often goes on sale for less than $10 these days. So, just an FYI if you like saving money. Did you enjoy this video? Check out some of our other videos here on MojoPlays, and don't forget to subscribe for more great stuff every day.